We had two amazing matchups on Monday night. First was the presidential debate where Hillary and Donald went head to head, and then we also had Drew Brees and Matt Ryan in a good old-fashioned showdown. Although the Saints didn't win, Brees put up a lot of points for fantasy. In most leagues, he had about 27 points, which is amazing for somebody pushing 40. We're gonna break down week 3, we're gonna look ahead to week 4. I'm Rachel Besser, and this is Fantasy My Way. Tony Romo in trouble? Well, Dak Prescott is definitely making a case. He's thrown 99 passes in his career and not had one interception. If he keeps playing like a veteran and not a rookie, it might be rough for Romo. An update with good, better, Besser? Yep, that's right. I am 0-3 and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed about it. This shit happens to the best of us. Even if you're prepared, you might not get your waiver wire picks and your players may not be playing to the best of their ability.
The week 3 loser is gonna have to take a practice SAT. You're gonna have to take a practice SAT. You're going down, Besser. Sunday was a good day.
John Revito, you win this week, but everybody loves a good comeback story, so I'm hopeful for a win. Not to harp on my 0-3 record, but I am 0-3. Let's just face the music here. So let's meet my week 4 R29 opponent, Kathy Ratto. Get to know your R29 Fantasy League owners. Kathy Ratto is one of R29's account directors. Her team, Becky with the good hair, is currently 1-1-1 and is looking for a win versus good, better, Besser in week 4.
Good, better, Besser, you're going down this week. Becky with the good hair is gonna kick your butt. Loser has to eat 3 pies in 1 hour with chopsticks.
It's going down this week. Drumroll please, here are my hot and fiery tips for the week. Yeah. Here's who to start. Carson Wentz is a rookie you need to keep your eye on. Although he didn't have the most points last weekend, he's being compared to the likes of every great quarterback in the league. He's on a bye week, but pick him up now, start him. You definitely want to start Seattle running back Christine Michael. He is finally living up to his hype, throwing down 23 fantasy points this week. I'm willing to say that he should be viewed as a starter on your fantasy team until Thomas Rawls is healthy. And honestly, maybe even after Thomas Rawls has his fibula figured out. Put him in. Lastly, I think you should start Baltimore Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco. Flacco will have a good matchup this week against the Raiders and can become a dark horse real quick against their defense. Start him. The first person you should sit is Brandon Marshall for the New York Jets. He should be healthy enough to play next weekend despite his sore knee and foot, but I would still give him another week. He has another tough matchup this week against the Seahawks, and there are other players you should have locked and loaded for your wide receiver 1 slot. Sit him. Another wide receiver who should definitely take a seat is Kelvin Benjamin from the Carolina Panthers. While the first 2 weeks were pretty solid and owners were happy with Benjamin, not only did he not have a catch, he didn't get targeted by Cam Newton until the 4th quarter. And lastly, we need to sit Carson Palmer. Okay, so maybe you shouldn't sit him because his next few matchups should get him going, but honestly, Carson, you are killing me! With 2 bad games in the first 3 weeks and 4 interceptions, this is a final warning to get it together. I don't want to see any more 7-point fantasy games, please, and thank you very much. The first person to pick up is Cleveland Browns wide receiver Terrell Pryor. He's owned by only 26% of owners. He pulled in a big fat 144 yards as a wide receiver, running back, quarterback, you name it, he will play it. It's these types of perfect storms that could lead to fantasy stardom. Well, at least until Gordon returns week 5. Here's the thing about Seattle's Christine Michael. He's only owned by roughly 66% of owners, and remember when I said Seattle's pass game was horrible? Well, people got turned off to him and they let him go. But this week he got it done with 2 touchdowns and 106 yards. So, like I said, until Thomas Rawls is back in action, you can bet on Michael. Lastly, I'm gonna be bold and say you should go for Chicago Bears running back Jordan Howard. The dude is only owned by about 1.9% of leagues, and with Bears players dropping like flies, Howard should be someone to have. I have a feeling that his role is going to grow and the Bears are not going to ignore him, and the Bears are hungry for a win. Well, I've hooked you up with my hot tips for week 4. If you have absolutely any questions going into week 5, please leave a comment in the section below. I will help you win so you can have a chicken din. See you next time.